Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to share the build I'm planning to use for the upcoming 400% infiltration operation, dropping on October 10th. I'm expecting this difficulty to be quite a challenge, likely requiring a team rather than solo play. So we still don't have any confirmation about matchmaking for this activity. With the recent updates to Freyna, I believe she has a lot of potential for this operation. On the other hand, Bunny might feel a bit too fragile and glass cannon-like for this level of difficulty, so I'm gonna stick to Freyna, and I haven't been a pretty big Bunny player so far in the game. Keep in mind that we don't have any official word yet on whether the catalyst you apply to regular Freyna will carry over Ultimate Freyna when she released. Towards the dev of mention it could be a possibility. So proceed with caution, as we might have to build Ultimate Freyna from scratch when she arrives, and as it stands, the exclusive Ultimate Transcendent module also, we've got a little leak about it, feel pretty average to me and situational. The build I'm about to cover is what I've put together specifically for the 400% infiltration operation. It focuses on buffing your team while boosting yourself at the same time with also solid crowd control. I think there is a lot of synergy in this build, and I'll be going over each module I've thrown so far. Of course, also please remember that, of course, things might change depending on future update. But for now, let's dive into it. Alright, first thing I want to share is the new how the skills are working now. So every single skill will apply now Roam Trauma 0 at a skill power 188, like every single one. And they also added, like before it was poison, but now they added different debuff name, which mean, like, for example, the skill number 1 do apply panic to the nearby enemies. Skill number 2 do apply despair to the nearby enemies. The third one apply putrid, and the fourth apply nightmare. So with 4 different debuff, we can actually stack them and make them apply to every single target. Like for example, if I do use the skill number 1, then it's gonna spread everything across, like everyone nearby enemies. But if I do apply all other skill, then they just gonna stack and add more and more dot, like sharing dot. Like for example, this one got all the dot, like standing in the plague, nightmare, putrid, and stuff like that. So this is really good for ad control and having a lot of dot there. So this is what we are going to rely on in our build. Now let's check what to slot. So first of all, let's slot like the grapple to have more room in our module capacity. Then let's talk about the transcendent module for our build. So there are 4 transcendent module right now for Freyna. Uh, the neurotoxin used to be good, but it's not anymore. It's just basic room trauma, and when you slot it, you lost the second dot on each skill. So no more despair, no more nightmare or stuff. So I'm not gonna go for this one. The other one is contagion. Same thing. Contagion do not share the dot we just saw. So there's no way I'm gonna use that. And also applying room trauma 0 when an enemy die, I don't care. The goal is just to share a lot of dots and apply to everyone dot and spam your abilities. So I don't care about this one. I'm actually gonna go with the toxic simulation. I could have go for venom synthesis, but I don't like like the third ability is like a big pull on the ground, making a lot of damage. So I don't want that actually. So I'm gonna go with this one. especially if we are like in the matchmaking or multiple player. I'm gonna be able to give armor to my teammates to increase their defense, and also I will apply them a buff so they can actually share despair when an enemy hit them. So this is pretty good so far. Now that we are the basic Transcendent module, I'm gonna add more dot damage. So let's see the skill power 188 for Room 0 and Panic is 174. So every single second dot is gonna be 174. Um, Goal is to upgrade this damage, so we're gonna go for skill simplification. So like that, our dot is going from 188 to 272, and every single second dot that will share across everyone will be 259 now. Alright, now we have some damage, but we need to rely on more skill power. So we have an attack right now, so we're gonna slot a battle mode. So for sure, focus on toxic. Uh, Maybe, well, yeah, focus on toxic because we want actually to have damage, but also the skill cooldown coming for it to actually reduce the skill cooldown to make us spam it more often. So now, as we want to actually have cooldown reduction, we're gonna go for the basic one. We're gonna go for nimble fingers. It's gonna go and the MP conversion costing more, so we're gonna slot it like this. Next, we want to add some range to our pool. Like right now, the range is like 5 meter, and it can be increased to 300% from the base range. So might be 12 meter. So we are going to go for I think it's skill expansion. Yeah, increase the range. So right now our pool are like the double size of the first. So 4 meter from 4 meter to 8.7 meter. Now that we have this on, let's check the skill critical hit rate and skill critical hit damage. So I have a basic right now of 5%, and the skill critical hit damage is 1.3 multiplier. Let's try with, I believe it's skill insight and skill concentration. So let's check if something is good about increasing the critical hit rate, and I go from 5 to 10. Right, 5%, 10%, that's not much. And what about the other skin concentration? Critical ill damage from 1.3 we're going on a 2.8, which is actually like we're gonna have a lot of dot damage, so 5% is still okay if those damage are coming from a 1.3 multiplier to a 2.8. So I'm gonna actually stick on skill concentration there. So far it looks okay. We're gonna need, like, if we want to spam, because right now we have a 2.6 cooldown and a 6-second cooldown there. We also want to give our friend most of the time like the body armor. So as we are spamming, we need some quality of life for the MP, so MP collector for sure. We're gonna slot that. And about the arc mod tech, we're going to use something really cool I found. Since we are giving our teammate body armor, so it is a buff for our teammate, we're going to give every single teammate to a 21-meter radius around us. We're gonna give them a buff, and so passionate sponsor work with that. When you're buffing an ally, it increases your firearm attack and your skill power modifier by 7.5% for each stack, up to 10 stack for 10 seconds. So this is gonna be a great increase also here to the the skill power modifier, so we're gonna end up having more than 300 percent on every single despair, trauma, and stuff like that, just by also giving armor and defense to our teammates. So far it's okay for me on this build. Last two slot will be quality of life if we need defense, MP, skill reduction cost, or maybe life or shield for the 400. I'm gonna keep those two slots available when it came out, and I don't want to slot anything there yet, depending on how hard it is. I like also the fact that every single skills is a tech skill or a dimension skill. So it works perfectly with Secret Garden unique ability. So we're gonna have Secret Garden into our hand all the time by playing, because her its unique ability is about dimension and tech skills. So when you're using a dimension skill, so it means aka buffing or allies every 5 seconds, it recover custom resource with a set chance. So I have actually, like, it's fully maxed out, so I do have 39% chance to get 10% back of my MP when I do cast the second ability to buff my allies and myself. And for every single other dot, we're gonna spam. It's a tech, and so we're gonna have pest control, which have a 50% chance to trigger a stack for a 10-second duration with a free math stack, which will buff by 5% and 5% attack and skill power. And after that, each stack is also gonna boost our skill and firearm attack and skill power by 16% for each stack. So it's gonna scale a lot just by using skill. We're gonna, like, see, I just used 2 skill and I have right now on the left side 2 pest control, 3 pest control now. So this is scaling to increase the skill damage of each single dot. After that, we can also look at the inversion reinforcement. So I did actually went for neural focus augmentation to have max MP 4% up to some stacks to have some quality of life on my MP management. I also did went for the selective neurostimulation, which can every 60 second can actually deliver me some MP back, just like that. And the Arch Peacemaker to decrease the skill cost by 25%. For the reactor, we're looking for toxic and tech for sure. Also, secret garden on top. With the incoming change, we might be able to actually swap. We don't know yet how it's gonna work, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'll just go for a purple one while waiting, so I can just slot something to actually make it work. On the reactor, what is good is actually the crit hit rate, the crit hit damage, the skill cost, and also the range on the 2 affixes on the bottom. For the set, I'm using actually Slayer set, though I don't know if Venom can be also good, because it can actually work with what we're doing. So if I have the complete set, it says firearm attribute effect trigger rate for the tactical rifle is just if you have poison, like toxic, into like the base weapon, or toxic enhancement as a module on your weapon, which is not the case for me. But it says on the second, it's actually misleading, but it says for each poison stack, um, I can have another buff to increase my firearm attack and my skill power. Though at first look, it's like those are not probably like despair, panic, putrid, and nightmare are not poison actually it's not the same name, but those are actually into the poison category because if I have right now the Venom set, if I do apply um, like the how it's called, like putrid or something, and I'm shooting. See, I'm getting on the left side the buff for shooting an enemy, and I have like the 10 stacks. So it increases also my skill power and my firearm attack just by having this set. Though I'm sure between using Venom or Slayer because Slayer is also like giving me more bullet for my ultimate. Uh, and also the 26% damage. Skill cost though is like the downside is gonna cost a lot, which is not what we want, but I guess if we want really skill power, then we can go for it. It's gonna be also pretty good if you're actually paired with a Lepic, because Lepic do apply Towed. I think it's the only one character like Descendant who apply Towed with his like the grenade that pull enemy inwards. And so if you manage to have a Lepic, then defeating enemy inflicted with Tower recover MP at a set chance, which might be pretty good for the 400% infiltration. If you are running this with a Lepic, then you're not gonna have any MP problem. And Atlas for the Secret Garden, this is mine actually. It's not yet fully done and upgraded. I'm gonna focus on that actually. Sharp precision shot is not gonna work because it's a tactical rifle, unfortunately. So we're not gonna be able to shoot faster under the ultimate or with the weapon itself. What I actually gonna do right now is slotting some magazine mod to increase the size of my ultimate magazine, like have more bullet in my ultimate when I use it. Alright, that's pretty much it, guys. By using then the second ability, I do get a stack that increase my skill power and my firearm attack, while also buffing my allies with defense percentage. You can use the skill while it's about to end just to refresh it, so you can actually keep the 10 stacked the entire run. This will also trigger most of the time the unique ability for the perfect secret garden. Sorry, and I do reach with 10 stack 326 for the dot damage multiplicator for panic or any other dot. So yep, that's pretty much it. Just spam your poison, just keep running around, get the enemy down, get your MP. I might throw inside this some more MP management. I still need to probably work on that. If you have any suggestion, please let me know in the comment. This build is actually just a draft right now. This is probably not the final version of it. I still need to put some work into it. But if you have any idea or feedback about this build, please let me know. You might come with like a super awesome idea I didn't thought about, so I'm taking it. That's it for me, guys. Anyway, for me, I wish you a good day, a good weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.